Oh, she just said she's got to turn the mic on.
We're live. Sometimes this starts after about 5 seconds.
You mean me? All this.
All right, Dad. Can I just say, so we use a microphone now, which is really helpful, but it's really confusing. The red light or the light on is red, which to me means off.
True.
And then if we mute it, peaceful, wasn't it?
It might have been able to hear through the laptop one.
I think it just. I'm just going to try and when you work backwards. Oh, there we go. Is that more even? Stevens, hi. Just drop in, have a chat. That's literally what we're here for this morning, is to say hi, connect, and have a laugh.
We're going to try and go live, and actually we will go live every Tuesday morning at 9:15 a.m, which is different. It's in New Zealand, which is a totally different time for everyone else. Around the world, I think it's Monday night for most of you. Most of our subscribers are from America, Canada, and England. So, or the UK, I should say. So, yeah.
But here it's, what did you say? 9 a.m. My watch just says I need to reconnect to my phone.
Well, we have some big news. Thanks to you guys. We had
well, I'm not pregnant. Jeff's just said it there. Congratulations on 1 million. Thank you so much to each and every one of you who subscribe to our YouTube channel, because it's the subscribe that got us to the million.
Yeah.
Because there's so many that watch and chat and connect, but don't actually subscribe to our channel. So
it's a new thing on social media. Everyone now mostly relies on algorithms to show them the content that they want, and they're not really subscribing to their favorite or the content creators that they enjoy now as much. So like 5 years ago, if you wanted to see someone's content, you'd subscribe or you'd follow them. Now you don't really have to. If you watch a couple of their videos, the algorithms will send more of their videos your way. But it still is very helpful for you to subscribe or follow your favorite content creators. It just helps them out a lot. So if you do have some, not even us, like some favorites that you follow, that you watch their videos and you're not subscribed, please subscribe to them, because it really does help them out.
Or follow, like you say.
Yeah.
Gosh, what was I going to say? See, mind blank. Whoa. It was because I was reading and I was thinking about something that Mike said at the same time. We just had a question from Henderson. I think that is your name. If we are in the North Island or South Island, we live in the North Island of New Zealand, which is beautiful and sunny today. It's very warm inside. We've got a heat pump on, but we're going to go out to kickboxing together shortly. We always get nervous beforehand. Like, we never hurt. It's just a really intense session. Like, your lung capacity is like, and then we're sore.
Yeah, we book it because we love being fit and healthy and everything. But every time we wake up the morning of kickboxing, we're like, oh, why did we book it? Oh, I can't be bothered this morning. I'm so tired. But that feeling when you leave, halfway through, once you're warmed up.
Once we're into it, and Luke, our trainer, he's a good dude. He's cool. He makes it fun. Has good banter, which really helps. It's not too serious. I couldn't deal with a serious trainer.
It's quite funny. And one of the there's quite a few videos where I tied Jo up. She told me to tie her up and then do exactly what I want. So I'd tie her up, blindfold her, and then I'd go to golf or go fishing or something. And so many people are like, oh, he has tie-down straps, so handy. I'm like,
the boxing wraps.
They're actually just boxing wraps.
We owned a boxing gym. Mike was a trainer for 20 years until last year. Hence, we have a lot of boxing wraps.
We have lots and lots. And they end up in big spider webs when you wash them. So half the time is spent untangling them and then rolling them up so you can easily get them on your hands.
There's been quite a few good questions, and I'm going to try and remember them. One was, does the tidying only get done whilst filming?
It's quite handy.
I actually do. Like, Mike will let me know he wants to film something, and I'll be like, well, why don't I just fold the washing? Because I'm a woman. I like to get stuff done. So he'll film me whilst folding the washing. But also that is my nature. My dad, not my mum, my dad is very, very tidy, isn't he?
Oh,
Like, whew, there is not a leaf on that driveway. If there's a leaf on that driveway, and they have deciduous, is that the right one?
Oh, I'm not going to.
Yes. Deciduous or evergreen?
You're the one from an
Deciduous,
orchard.
and they it's nothing to do with orchards. When the trees lose their leaves, that's what lines their driveway. So in autumn, gosh, he's just out there with the leaf blower all the time.
Do you know what?
Dad's trait I've inherited.
And what's also awesome about filming Joelle while she's doing the daily chores around the house is that, I'm working, so I can't help. It's just a win-win-win.
It's going to annoy all the people that are like, does he ever do anything? He does do things.
Joe's doing some, getting some chores out of the way. It's just, it's a win for all.
The next question, moving on from cleaning, boring cleaning, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is do we ice bath after we kickbox? Mike, do you ice bath?
I've done one. He's actually got one. He's made it from a freezer and he's got it in the corner
like
of the
a deep
kickboxing.
freeze.
And how cold was it that day?
5 degrees.
Freaking freezing.
He was an absolute pussy. Oh my God. You would have, I don't know. Like I do cold exposure quite frequently. So it's winter here in New Zealand. It is cold outside. Inside it's nice and warm. And I swim in our ocean, which is actually, it sounds weird. It's warm. It would be 14 degrees at the moment. It is cold though, comparative to the air temperature. I went swimming yesterday morning. It was 2 degrees outside of the ocean. The ocean felt like a bath until you had to get it out.
But I got in this freezing water and
let's hear your one cold exposure experience.
I got in this freezing water and it was like an unreal, overwhelming feeling. And Luke, our trainer, and Joelle just started talking away about something about the weather or something. So after like what felt like 5 minutes, I was like, guys, how long has it been? I need to get out of here. It was like 20 seconds tops.
We did try to coach you because when you get in cold water, you initially go and hold your breath. We had to coach him to breathe. Okay. And that is the key thing, is being able to oh my goodness, Michael. He's gonna break my little bulb. Careful. This is actually a lamp, it's not charged.
Tangled.
You have to learn to work to control your breath. That is the whole point. And the dopamine hit that you get from that, for me, is just incredible. And so it's not just for recovery, it's for the mental stimulation and support. 5 degrees isn't freezing. Yeah, it's cold though. We choose to live in a warm climate. Like a lot of people will be like, oh, how cold is it in your winter? And I'll be like, well, here in the North Island, what the day temperature is probably about 10 degrees at the moment, 12 degrees. That's cold enough. With the wind as well. That's plenty cold for us. And no, we don't need to hear that -5 is cold. We don't choose to live where you do because we would not like that kind of cold. Yeah, I grew up down south in New Zealand where it is cooler, definitely cooler and beautiful. But yeah.
Andy just asked before, what's your favorite Jethro joke? You notice how if you've ever watched Joe react to a Jethro joke, she never actually laughs at the Jethro jokes. He's just always just like,
because I know he has passed. And do you know what? When you I had no idea who he was. And you hear his voice, and I just envisage this dottery old man, can't get his words out, because I do find his jokes very hard to hear. I kind of just at the end.
Or you're in shock because they're just like that out there.
Yeah. Mike is an old boy, like old boy humor.
Oh,
like
yeah.
you have old boy humor. I don't necessarily
love
find those
jokes.
funny. Quickly jumping back, Celsius, he's Brenda. We're talking Celsius here in New Zealand. So Jethro really isn't my jam. Mike, Mike will tell you what is fun because he loves Jethro. Like, as you can see.
I think the favorite, I don't know if it's that favorite joke of Jethro's, but it's the favorite video just from the way that it was all filmed and Joe reacted to it. Was the eggs in the safe one we did at Mum and Dad's house.
Yeah, that's right.
Joe just finished with the classic like and held it for like 5 seconds. It was so
I am a woman. I don't find that one funny.
Oh, and the one where he gets home from the pub. Oh, a hide in a hole, I think it's called.
Mike will talk to me about jokes too. Obviously we've filmed so many. There's some I can clearly remember, but then others we have to really talk through, or we'll meet someone and they'll be like, oh, I loved that. And I'll be racking my brain. There's been a lot. But it's fun.
I sort of stick in my brain a bit more because when I've found them during joke research time.
Yeah, I hit them once.
Then I've got them ready to play, and then I play them to Joe, and then I fully like edit the video. So I hear it like 20 times before it's actually posted, and then I probably watch it another 10 times on all the social media platforms when I post it, and then reply to as many comments as I can. So I hear these jokes quite often, so they stick in my brain. But occasionally I've played Joe a joke again, like that I did 2 years ago, and I had completely forgotten that we'd already done that one.
And I remembered. Yeah. Someone said, I said, old boy humor is downright dad humor. It is, isn't it? And that's what our boys, we've got 2 sons, they're 9 and 7, and they're just like, Dad, like so much of his humor is dad jokes. Hey, yeah. On Mike's reading. Like, I was like, are you listening?
Oh, the boys are just like the classic dad joke that's just so easy is like, I'm hungry. Hi, hungry.
Well, like, there's one here.
I'm tired. Hi, tired.
He said, Diarrhea Awareness Week. Diarrhea Awareness Week starts today. It runs all week.
This is good.
Thanks, Dad. He's laughing. Oh, my goodness.
Simple and short.
Yeah, it is. Quick punch.
I like some of the jokes I play you that last like a minute and a half.
I know. And actually, can I be really honest here? Because I'm often doing something like, yes, I can multitask, but I do have a very busy brain. So I'm doing something and I'm listening to the joke, and I'm like, I've got to remember to listen because otherwise I'll miss a key point in the joke and it won't work. So, there is a real art to what we do. We just have fun.
It's kind of like, you guys have seen our content, obviously, and it's me playing a joke to Joe and her laughing. Like, if you had told us that it was going to be my full-time job 3 years ago, I would have been like, what? That sounds so weird.
Yeah.
Like that would never happen. But
crazy.
Yeah. Turns out Joe is the most expressive, probably one of the most expressive people in the world.
And I think we kind of knew that already.
Like, and she can take a joke
and
laugh at a joke.
Yeah.
Not take it too seriously. Not let it hurt her feelings.
No.
Because she knows it's just a joke.
I don't. Yeah, and I don't let it hurt my feelings, but we have fun. Sorry, you keep talking for a second.
Thank you so much for everyone that's congratulating us on hitting our 1 million subscribers. There's this thing that YouTube send us. It's called a play button. We've got the silver one just behind the screen, but it's for 100,000 subscribers. And then I just got the notification this morning from YouTube and ordered the gold one, which is pretty cool, which means we've got 1 million subscribers.
And our friends' kids all know what that is. Our friends, not so much. Our friends are just gorgeous though. Like, what's been really cool is they obviously follow us on other platforms and have heard about it. And they've been really it's been really nice to hear the congratulations. Even though they may not quite understand it, the kids have explained it to them, haven't they, what we've done. So it's really, really cool. And the kids think we've got kudos with the kids.
David White, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for calling me beautiful. I really appreciate it. And the $5, I'll buy myself a coffee and help my beauty wake up in the morning.
Thank you, David. There's mention of a chair. So Mike purchased me a chair when we got to 1 million. I had to sit I wasn't allowed to sit on the chair to hit 1 million subscribers.
Yeah.
That's what it was, wasn't it? And so I've thoroughly enjoyed my chair. Actually, it's very, very comfortable.
We have moved it.
Oh, I was about to say that. We've moved it because I like to move furniture around. Like, just my pillows have to be like.
See, David White said you're a lucky woman.
Yeah.
He's following up the beautiful call.
It probably is
I was
talking to
joking
you.
before, but now I'm like feeling a little weird about it.
There are actually plenty of guys who do compliment you. So, and there are women who compliment me. It's lovely. Hey, look, we're just all human. Thank you, Calvin. He just said, "Well done, Kiwis. Really know how to make people laugh. Congrats on a million as well." Do you know? I think one of the coolest things for me about it all is the fact that we're Kiwis. We're like this little country. Down under, as people in the northern hemisphere say, we think of down under as Australia. I know we're even lower than them, but you know, but they've got that song "Land Down Under." I can't think of it.
That's pretty cool. The whole internet thing. You can reach the whole world.
Yeah.
From anywhere.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah.
And it's awesome too. Oh,
Avatar, really. Thank you so much for the 5.
I might put my glasses back
on
and then I can
was actually thinking that just before. The writing on the comments is slightly too small.
Yeah.
But that's all good.
Yeah.
Joelle can read now. She's got your glasses on.
Do you know what? I'm not short-sighted. I'm short-sighted. So it's actually over there, which is just a wall that I can't see. But it does help a little bit.
Thank you, David. That was a good laugh. I appreciated that.
Yeah. Hey, Colin just said that we mean the arse end of everything because we're way down here.
We are.
Hey, but we are very sheltered. We are a very safe country, and it's freaking beautiful. So I'll take being at the arse end of everything because it's stunning here.
There's actually an article the other day about how we're like the number one place to
live. Voted by the Telegraph in the UK that New Zealand is the number one country in the world. We lost, so I read the whole article. I even subscribed, like on a free trial, and then unsubscribed really quickly to read the entire article. And it actually mentions Whangamata, the town we live in, because of the surf. It's a surf beach, although there isn't really much surf the last couple of days. But anyway, we held this position of number one until the one year post-COVID. I think it was 2023. We were second. And in the article, they explained, I think that was because of our really, really strict lockdown rules. That no one was allowed into New Zealand for a really long time. But our doors are open. Come and visit NZ.
The good thing about the COVID lockdown strict one is that's why we're here now talking to you guys, because boredom and social media got us making the first few videos. And yeah, so there was some silver linings to that whole crazy period of time.
Yeah. Thank you. Someone just answered my question. It's 5 men at work, land down under, you know?
Ah, yes.
And what's quite ironic about, there's a bit of a rivalry between New Zealand and Australia. Maybe as I've got older, I don't really buy into it as much anymore. They're just our good mates. But when we lived in the UK, 08, 09, was it?
Something like that.
And we'd go to the Outback bars, which the Outback is obviously quite Australian. And you fully just were like, this is just cool. Like they play Land Down Under and we'd be into it because it was so close to home, but yet it was Australia, our arch rivals. Now I think my biggest rivals are Poms when it comes to sport.
Yes.
What about you?
Yeah, the English.
Sorry to all our English followers. I cannot stand your rugby team. Oh my God. Ugh.
And it's kind of weird, always growing, like Joe just said, growing up trying to beat Australia, but Australia playing the Lions at the moment in rugby, which is a combination of Scotland, England, Wales, and Ireland. And I would love nothing more than the Australians to beat the Lions this weekend in the second test.
Wait for the comment section.
I don't think it's going to happen. Australian team isn't as strong as it once was 10, 15 years ago, but yeah, you never know. Yeah. That would be good.
They won't win.
No, they probably won't win.
I don't think it's going to happen. I think I had more on the English, but my English friends are wonderful.
We love living over there. It's like when we go on the typical OE, overseas experience that young New Zealanders do when they're 20, 21?
Yeah.
Just after university.
Before university, if you want to.
You go and park up over there, get a job, and then you're 2 hours from, so many different countries, which is pretty epic.
I think you don't, until you come to New Zealand, you may not realize how isolated we are. It is a lot, obviously it's a very long flight to get here, and you can't when we can pop to Australia, but that's still a 3-hour flight. And it is quite similar to New Zealand, whereas I think that's what we found with living in England is you pop to Europe and you've just got just so much choice and beauty and different culture to experience that we really don't get that here. So it's pretty cool. The first time I lived in the UK, I lived in Kidderminster, in a little village called Cheddesley Corbett. I was a teaching assistant at a school there. And then the second time when Mike and I went together in 08-09, we lived in London and Hammersmith with the rest of New Zealand and Australia. And then we moved to Barnes and lived with a family who I nannied for, which was really, really cool. So
George McPherson. My mum's last name was McPherson. No, except you're Macpherson. Anyway.
No, it is Macpherson.
Mick MC.
No, it's Mick, isn't it?
It's Mick.
Okay.
Anyway, yes, I agree with you. The Lions will win this game, which will lock up the series and probably win the last one. But when they come to New Zealand in 4 years, they won't win any games. So we should probably talk then, not now.
Okay.
I like winding people up. It's my favorite thing to do.
Like if you show like a weakness, like not in a horrible way, but like he'll find that, like if you've had a sore in your leg or something and you bruise.
Jumping like, my arms are so sore from the gym. So I'll give her a cut.
Yeah, my IT band is so tight, and he'll just, which if anyone exercises and actually knows where it is, it's generally for most people tight. And you push on it. Woo! Ow. So I try not to. I am an oversharer. I am working on not oversharing to protect my body. No. Oh, we don't have. Do we have squirrels? Nothing like what you do in like parks in the UK and in the US.
Squirrels.
Squirrels.
Squirrels. Squirrels.
A squirrel.
Squirrel. That's not how you say it. Squirrel.
Squirrel.
No, we don't have squirrels.
Sorry, squirrel. The little animal.
Yeah, we don't have them.
In the zoo?
Oh yeah, probably.
No, we don't. We don't have squirrel. Sorry, we're losing the plot.
Brad's just asked if we ever come to the US. We are loosely planning a big trip probably next year.
Yeah.
In the wintertime, New Zealand. So probably around now, actually. So if you've got any advice on where we should go.
If you can write a list for us.
Fire it in the comments.
We would be taking our children with us.
Yeah,
our two boys. They're 9 and 7. So
they'll be
10 that in mind.
10 and 8 then. And they love sport and activities and action. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, we are the whole family is very sporty. In my past life, I was a sports journalist and sports producer. So hence why I'm a little bit more into watching.
Yeah, you love watching the Open that was just on, the Golf Open.
Do you know what? Like, would you admit though that I have actually been a bit like showing more of an interest? Golf has never like been one of my top sports though. I met Mike 20 years ago, and he was a very, very good golfer. I think.
What do you mean was?
Well, no, you still are.
I was.
You just scratched handicap, or what was it? +2. What is the one? Like, anyway, very, very good handicap. Played a lot of golf.
And then I got a new handicap.
A better one. And didn't play as much. Anyway, I think I didn't like golf because you'd be in these groups and I'd be having these conversations, and the language I didn't understand. But also, like, what blew my mind was that he cannot remember to pick his socks up off the floor. But he could remember in 1997 on the Mangatawhiri 9th hole how many shots he hit and what happened. Like, how can you remember that?
Yeah, it is quite crazy. A golfer will remember a lot of their shots at certain holes at certain times. I wish I could forget a couple of the shots I hit over the years. But on a side note, one of our friends that I used to play golf with, Ryan Fox, is a really good. He's just won twice on the PGA Tour. Name drop, but he's actually is one of our mates. Went to his 21st and stuff.
Loves a read.
Part of the reason why I believe he made it as a professional golfer, and some of us didn't, is that he'd always just talk about his good shots. It's like he'd only ever remember his good shots. And it's such a good positive frame of mind and positive reinforcement that I would just remember all my bad ones, and I'm standing on a hole, and last time I hit it in the pond, so that's all I'd be thinking about. Yeah.
Sorry, I got distracted by the comments.
Oh, everyone's probably distracted by the golf.
Okay, quick, one last golf thing. What's your current handicap? Not me.
3.
And mine's 56. I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
It probably would be something
54.
really high. Anyway, how did you work that out?
No, I think that's maybe the highest you can go.
Oh, that would be right. I've played probably 1 9-hole, like every hole. And then we went as a family.
Jo had her first par the other day. We've got a little 9-holer course here, and it was 150 meters. She grabbed our oldest boy's driver and smoked it on the green and 2-putted for her first ever par. It was very impressive.
I was pretty excited.
And she used my new putter that cost me way too much money.
But I actually like it, so he's allowed it. Like, not that he would never be allowed it, but I can support that putter now.
Okay, last bit of golf. Someone, I think it was Ian, asked if I had any hole-in-ones. Yes, I've had 3 hole-in-ones. I had all 3 of them from ages 13 and a half to 15. And I wondered what the big deal was.
Years ago.
It was so easy. Like, what? Why do you get a little trophy? I mean, I just did 1 a year for 3 years, like not that hard. And then I played golf basically full time for another 7 years and didn't come close. So yeah, it's a big deal and I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
Even though Jo hides my little trophies in a drawer somewhere. Apparently
they just got a golf ball on it, and they're wooden. What about these big silver cups?
Should get them remade actually,
without the golf ball in it.
Yeah.
Quick answer to a question: we talk in kilometers and meters and Celsius here in New Zealand. Someone asked that question.
Someone's asked another golf question, so got to
okay,
answer
quick,
it.
go.
What is your opinion on Scotty Scheffler, Joel? The foot shuffler, Scheffler.
Is he the one that all the women say is really hot?
No, that's DeChambeau.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Scheffler's the one who just won.
Just won with his little boy.
Yes.
That was pretty cute. What am I supposed to think of him? He's just a good golfer.
He's a very good golfer.
Yeah. He's that much better than everybody else.
Yeah, he is. Him and Rory are on another level, another planet at the moment. Scheffler's amazing. I don't think he's got the X factor and the watchability of someone of Tiger Woods, who caused a whole golf craze and was actually one of the reasons why I got into it. Scheffler's a family man, puts his religion and his family first before anything else, and then golf's his secondary or thirdly thing, and he just treats it like a job. And maybe that takes the pressure off and just allows him to do what he does, and he plays so amazingly. So he's a phenomenal golfer, does it his own way, but he's pretty spectacular in what he's achieved so far.
Yeah. One of the questions we get asked quite often, and that's come through quite a bit here, but I feel like sometimes we go over it too much, is like, do we live in 3 or 4 different houses? It's been several years of us filming now, but we lived in a house. So we've had a lot of change since this has grown for us. We lived in a house in Auckland, so there's videos there. Then we moved and lived with Mike's parents in this small town to see if we were ready to make this transition.
Probably the most famous video from our first house is when I pulled Jo's activewear tights down, put an egg down, and then cracked the back of it to splatter it in her tights.
I can still feel it. Do you know, and the key thing to point out here is also the egg was in the fridge, had been in the fridge, so it was cold. And I just finished exercising, so I was warm.
You could just see through the actions and the facial expressions and the noises exactly where it was traveling and how it was feeling.
Yeah, so that was in our first home in Auckland. And then we moved and lived with Mike's parents to make the transition here. One, to also make it financially doable. And so there's a lot of videos there, and we do pop back, like we visit them often, and sometimes Mike will film it. It's an Airbnb property. So they have a couple of chalets. It's a stunning property.
The kitchen there is awesome. It's got like great lighting, so the videos always look really amazing there. So if Jo's busy in there, I'll try and have a few jokes saved up for when we go and visit my parents. Try not to let Dad laugh in the background too much.
Oh my god! I love Nev, but just has.
If I'm ever wondering whether a joke will go well on YouTube, I'll just play it to my dad, and if he laughs, then it's pretty much a hit, because a lot of our subscribers on YouTube are male. I think it's 90% male subscribers, and 90% of them, of you guys, are over 50 years old. So my dad fits into that category, and yeah, he finds the jokes quite amusing.
Yeah, he does.
You can't put that on the internet.
Oh my God. I don't even know how the internet actually works.
It can't even send a text message. So
we then moved from Mike's parents and rented a house, the black property with the like big windows, like the glass house, black kitchen, like, oh, beautiful home. And then we purchased a home here, and so we've moved again. So that's 4 moves in just a couple of years. Hence, so many kitchens.
I just got asked the question again on the black house. There's like, if you remember it, or if you've ever seen it, had like a really cool deck. Does that sound wrong?
D-E-C-K. Deck. A deck. That's the name.
And it had no railing.
I don't know how to do it with American.
But it looked like, when you look out of the lounge, it looked like there was a 5-meter drop down to the ground. It's actually only about 800.
And it was legal.
Or 0.8 of a meter, which is all legal. It's just kind of a illusion. So it's safe. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Someone's just asked, and you might know, sorry, Dawn, if we can't answer this. Do you know how people can get notified when we go live on YouTube?
I don't know for sure. If you subscribe, I think you might get a notification pop up if you're on YouTube at the same time. But we're going to try and go live at this time every week. So if somehow you make a note of that and notify yourself, it'll be 9:15 a.m. New Zealand time on Tuesday, which is roughly 5:15 p.m. United States Standard Time, I think is how you say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, on a Monday night.
Sorry, can we just rewind, because I was half listening and reading comments. How long did you say the drop was from the deck to the grass? 800
millimeters, or 0.8 of a meter.
Yeah. So that's how it's legal, not 800 meters.
That'd be quite a drop.
Well, there was just a comment someone was asking. Turn notifications on, Katie has suggested, for those that want to be notified of live videos. And Michael, sorry, just to clarify, Michael also said he's a subscriber, so he got a notification. So that's even more reason to subscribe. What a plug. Oh my goodness. Anyway.
Just posted another video this morning. Filmed it yesterday. And it is like so wholesome for most of the video. And then the punchline's just like wham, goes completely sideways. Can't really give away the punchline.
Can you give like a hint of what it was?
It was a little boy saying a prayer.
Oh, there's already a comment here saying they just watched that and they loved it. So thank you. Hi, Glenn from Motueka.
Oh,
I just had to.
You guys are probably related.
Oh my gosh, no, we're not. I come from a very
small town joke.
Hey, Mike comes from a smaller town. So story time. So we got married in Motueka, in my hometown, back in 2012. And before our wedding, Mike sold Motueka to our friends as this absolute shithole. Like that, there was like, it was real small town, like tumbleweeds blowing through it, like not much going on. The joke then, we're all like incestuous, whatever. We're not. And so a lot of our friends flew from, we were living in Auckland at the time, flew down to Motueka. It was a long weekend, and my dad hired, it's the gateway for the Abel Tasman National Park. Google that. Go and visit it if you come to New Zealand. It's a very high touristy spot. Dad hired some boats, took everyone out on the Friday down the Abel Tasman. We had the wedding on the Saturday, and then we had an after party, pig on the spit at Mum and Dad's on the Sunday. People were blown away. Mike just set these really low expectations. And what's really ironic is Mike comes from Mangatawhiri. Now, this place is a farming community, has one school with like a hall. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with small community halls. And it had a castle dairy with a little
famous
petrol station. It's shut down, and there is now a bypass around Mangatawhiri. Motueka is thriving. We even now have traffic lights. Anyway, so we're both small town people.
That would be a little spiel.
Yeah, we're small town kids, and now we live in another small town. So my small town would be bigger than where we are currently now, and it is much bigger than where Mike grew up. But then we've lived in big cities too.
And it's an orcharding town, am I right?
Yes, and very sadly, actually, if there's Kiwis will know it because there's been a lot of flooding there recently, and so people's crops have been wiped out. It's known for hops, it's known for apples, it's known for kiwi fruit, pears. Back in the day, it was known for tobacco. My granddad was a tobacco grower, and then we converted to kiwi fruit. Good chat. Is that a bit boring? I was like, oh my god, bit of family history. Bless you, granddad.
But it's got epic, a big harbour, and it's got epic skiing and fishing,
water skiing,
scenery, and it's on the doorstep to all sorts of amazing like walks, what do you call them? Trails,
hiking, tramping, as we call it here, and hiking overseas.
I'm just wrapping my hands because Joe and Al and I are going to fight.
Know how to spell Mike's small town. Manga Tawhiri. Can I write it in the chat? I'm going to write it in the chat. You can Google how.
Can you even spell it?
Yeah. Is it right? That's where Mike is from.
Yeah, that's right.
Blink, and you've missed it.
Well, it's bypassed now. So.
Hey, like honestly, I am taking the piss, like absolutely taking the piss, because small town people just hold a real place in the heart.
That's probably why I got into golf, because our farm backed onto the golf course. There wasn't much
else nothing to do. Be out there with the cows or playing golf.
We hunted, eeled, played lots of sport, rode our bikes. Hay bales, hay.
Just how kids should be raised.
Wow, it was pretty awesome. There wasn't too many like now. They've all got internet and screens out there, so all the kids are probably doing all that stuff. But back in my day, it wasn't like that.
Though I think one of the beautiful things about living in the town that we do is there still is a lot of that freedom. Our boys aren't quite, or we don't feel quite comfortable yet for them to ride down to the rugby fields and kick a ball around with their mates on their own. We'll go and hide in the background, let them do their thing. But it's pretty cool watching these boys just get together and still do wholesome, sporty stuff.
Totally.
Yeah.
Anyone got any advice on how to wrap hands for?
That is one of the most asked questions we used to get when we owned a boxing gym, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, how do you wrap your hands? Can you teach me how to wrap my hands? I was like, I always just get my.
Every boxing coach has their favorite unique way to wrap hands, and I wrap hands slightly differently depending on what type of session you're going to do. So this is my like go-to normal wrap style. That doesn't come undone if you start doing sort of like CrossFit-y stuff like push-ups and bear crawls and all sorts of things. But if we were just punching, I would definitely pad up the front a little bit more. But there's all sorts of millions of different ways. The most important things are pressure. So if you do it too tight and your hands start swelling, once you get hot and sweaty, your hands start to ache like crazy. But then if you're not firm enough, then they don't do anything. So it's a real middle ground.
And I just use quick wraps, so like the ones that you just, for this training, if I was doing like boxing. Back when I had a fight, there's all these comments being like, I bet she could take you. No way. He would smoke me. I did a body spa fight when we had owned our boxing gym, and told Phil, one of the trainers who was in my fight team, I remember arriving like to meet my team and like, so nervous. He's like, Jojo, we've all been talking about how are you going to do this? You'll just be like, oh, sorry. Showed him. I didn't say sorry. It was very challenging, and I won my fight. But I'm not going to. He would win.
We in New Zealand, we do corporate boxing, so everyday people can get in the ring and do 3 rounds of boxing against an opponent. Unfortunately, there was a couple of years where 3 or 4 people got really hurt and a couple of people died from head injuries. So we came up with this new sport, I guess, where we did corporate boxing. So everyday people could experience a boxing fight just like everyone else, train for 8 weeks.
Full
training camp, ring walk,
ring entry,
boxing stadium, ring card girls, announcer, the whole all their friends there
All
watching.
boys. We had some ring card boys
ring
too.
card boys for the girls' fights, and but it was just no shots to the head, so you had to aim here, like from like basically just rumbling to the body. But it was still amazing, and the nights were great. And I think over the first two of them, we raised 130,000 New Zealand dollars for charity, which at the time in lockdown, like COVID times, was pretty incredible.
Each fighter fought for a chosen charity that was close to their hearts, which was really motivating, I think, wasn't it? But yeah, it was I'd always wanted, I'd never wanted to fight and be punched in the head, but I loved to challenge myself, and I'd always wanted to join a fight camp because I'd seen how intense they were, not just physically, but emotionally as well. I'd always wanted to do one. And so once there was the introduction of this format, I was like, I'm in, let me do it. There were tears. I remember my trainer, Albie, is an incredible man, and he's very much on mental skills and building resilience. And we had this evening sparring session where we were doing 20 2-minute rounds, like non-stop. I think you had about 30 seconds between rounds, and there was just everyone in between. It was guys sparring girls. The guys obviously were taught to, and it was part of controlling your, what's the word? When you, like, a guy has to control himself around a female sparring. I don't know how to describe it. Like, they just had to be careful.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't land anything on this guy. He was being perfectly fine. And I just started to get so frustrated that the tears started streaming down my face. And rather than stop, Albie was right there encouraging me to keep going. When we swapped partners, he made sure I was there with there were some female fighters who were amateur fighters or professional fighters, I guess. And fought one of them to move through it. And man, the end of that, I was so proud of myself for finishing that. That will stick with me forever. So it's pretty cool kind of stuff that you can do.
For context, we used to own a corporate boxing gym where we'd train everyday people, but train them like boxers and teach them correct boxing technique. And that was born out of me being a golfer at a driving range, working there, and then a boxing trainer coming to hit golf balls and dragging all us nerdy golfers down to the boxing gym, then me not liking golf anymore and becoming a trainer randomly. So that's where the stories sort of originate from. We owned that gym right through from 2011, 2023, or 4. Before this took off for us.
3.
And we moved to the coast.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty awesome fun.
It was very cool.
And every fight camp we did, so Joel did a fight camp, 8 weeks training, and then into a fight, we would make the first few weeks would always be physical, lots of fitness work, because if you're not fit, there's no way you're going to win your fight. So that's the number one thing. And then we would make them feel really good on the bag and shadow boxing, and even doing some pad work where no one's hitting them back, and they're starting to get their combinations and footwork, and everyone starts feeling quite good about week 3 or 4. And then they do their first sparring session where they get punched the first few times, and half the people cried. It's just such a shock to the system for these people that have never done anything like that before. So it was very common. And then, just the stress of having to fight in front of your friends and not getting hurt, and the exhaustion from the training camp, and all of that kicked in together makes it very emotional. But the amount of people that just ended up doing it, and it changed their lives, completely changed their lives, and their attitude and their self-confidence and their belief in them, being able to do what they want, was just absolutely incredible. And I think I do miss those times.
For me, I think we owned the gym, and so, but I wasn't the boxing coach, but I still had this self expectation of I should be able to perform, and I should win, and whatever. I did win, but I, putting myself through that and proving to myself that I could do it, especially as someone who isn't a fighter. I don't know, it's more of a you wouldn't expect me to do it. I think that's why I felt like I'd really achieved it. It wasn't something that, and the charity I did it for was for a postpartum depression charity here in New Zealand. So I did it for the girls who've struggled postpartum, raising money.
Speaking of, we have our kickboxing session booked in 14 minutes.
Oh.
Hence, I multitasked and I wrapped my hands as we're chatting to you. But
a new sport for us.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Kicking is so different.
Yeah,
in knees
and you realize pretty quickly that a kickboxer would beat up a boxer just to kick them in the front leg, and it's basically all over. But yeah, and it's not a whole new level of fitness. Like, boxers are so fit and it's so hard in its own way. But when you all of a sudden have to use your legs, oh man, it's very tiring.
It's even just the mental challenge of like your trainer telling you, 1, 2, 3, 4, knee, 8, T, push. But oh my God, my brain, what was I doing? And I'm fatigued and anyway.
But it's cool.
I need to go let off some of this energy. I've had a coffee.
I love sports that you're getting fit when you're concentrating on something, like tennis. You're playing tennis and you're trying to win and you're getting fit at the same time. Surfing, trying to catch waves, getting fit at the same time. This, trying to learn technique and combinations, getting fit at the same time. Running, just torture. You're getting fit, but it's just torture the whole time.
Not a runner. I don't mind running. I can do that. I can handle it. Quick questions to answer because we're going to go. Yes, we are Kiwis. Do we have staff? We did at Boxing Alley, if that's what you're referring to, but it's...
I'm the staff.
We work together. We live together. We're together. MikeandJoelle.com if you want any merch. Oh my God. Sorry.
Wow.
That's so
we
cheesy.
don't do merch plates.
Yeah.
Actually, haven't updated the merch on there, but there's a couple of dad jokes on cups and my little helper merch, which is one of our favorite videos.
There are a few people who have said they call their partners their little helper. And one of my girlfriends actually said to me, she was like, oh my God, Ollie won't stop calling me his little helper, and was pissed off at us for doing so. Poor thing. Mikey, you're going to have to go back through these comments at some point because there are so many comments about where the best golf courses are in the world. So you're going to be traveling. Switzerland, Canada.
Sounds good. Let's go play them all.
No thanks. Anyway, thank you for joining us. Lovely to chat. Have any pick, day, sleep, whatever.